Mars, the god of war, does not necessarily like being in the sign of nurturing and super highly emotional Cancer. And that's where it has been since Labor Day 2024. And so what's happening now is on April 18th till mid-June, Mars is moving into Leo. So what I want to ask you is, where do you have those early degrees of Leo? Where do you have 0 degrees Leo? And where do you have 3 degrees Leo is also my next big question. So wait for my next video on that. We'll get to that in a minute. But what I want to say is if you feel like since about September, you've been sensitive, you've been more emotional, you've been intuitive, you have had premonitions that have come true, it's all true. If you feel like you've been sort of sinking underwater, if you feel like you have been, I don't know, you couldn't put your finger on the melancholy, that's also very true. The god of war doesn't really know what weapons to fight with when it's in Cancer. So you know what it does? It becomes like a bunny rabbit. The methodology, or I should say the skill set for Mars in Cancer, we're with Bo, we're taking you on our walk, is to retreat. And it's to operate like a bunny rabbit. And bunnies have really only self-defense as their mechanism to fight, to retreat, to disguise themselves, to camouflage, and to stay very, very still. And so some of us may have even felt frozen in fear. Some of us have felt like the world is too daunting, or our task list is too daunting. It's too big. I don't know how to tackle it. I don't know how to motivate around it. I don't know how to get started. Well, my friends, that's all going to change on April 18th, because you are going to be launched, lurched, catapulted into the fireball of Mars in Leo, and you will feel it. So you've got to see what house this is lighting up in your chart so you can see what subject matter this is happening on. For me, it is my rising sign. So it's my entire operational system, right? The whole approach to life. Where is it in your chart? Where are those first degrees of Leo? Because this part of your chart wants to explode and expand with massive creativity, needs a multivitamin to handle the energy boost. You're about to be launched, my friend.